the possession for most of the time and create a number of good scoring opportunities is Jonathan Valero, the goaltender. And Valerio is a guy that you know well because he trained pretty much all season with you, did not appear in any games, but he really played well and showed some really, really quality skills in goal in that loss against Miami, and he's another key for Lakeland here tonight.
Yeah, Jonathan is a fantastic goalkeeper. Has a long history, like Ricardo does in regards to a resume, and so his ability to keep a shutout, keep this team in the game is going to be key as this team develops over the season. Jonathan's a great leader, and that's a big part of being a goalkeeper, and learning to lead a young team right away with new defenders in front of them is that's a big thing for a coach as well. And to have Jonathan between the posts is going to be big for this group, and he'll have a big night tonight. He's got some tough forwards that we know well, and he's going to have another standout performance.
Yeah, one of those forwards is Daniel Mendez, who is, again, a familiar name to Florida Tropics fans. He was signed mid-season with you guys and played a lot down the stretch and never quite did have that breakthrough moment. It looked like it might come once or twice down the stretch, but you can tell that he is a quality player as well. Came from Minnesota just with the USL team there that went MLS now. And so that gives you an idea of the quality of play that Daniel has, and actually was the goal scorer for the Villages in their loss to SEMA. So you know Daniel well, and he is a threat anytime he has the ball.
Yeah, one of the, for us, the key player on the field for the Villages tonight, and so I expect him to do him tonight. He's going to be on the ball, and he's going to have opportunities, and he's such a fantastic player. It's unfortunate that he's probably not in the MLS with the Minnesota United. Just fell out of contract as they made that move, and we were fortunate to like you said to get him on. And I think as soon as he took an injury at the end of the season, it was right when he was just starting to hit stride and like you said, about to have that breakthrough moment. And unfortunately, just grabbed an injury right before we went into that kind of playoff push with those last remaining games. So, fantastic player.
What we mentioned is true for all the teams in the Tropics as well, and that is that there's a lot of college talent on display, and Lakeland no exception. And you are certainly familiar with one of them. One of the names that stands out to me, and watching that game in Miami and knowing what he's done locally in his college career, he is a starter tonight, and that's Pedro Ivo Diaz. And talk a little bit about what you know about Pedro since you've watched him play so much, and what he can bring to the pitch.
Well, he's a big name on the field. Pedro probably started and played every minute for the Villages last year, and helped them to that division championship. And like you said, he's just such a talent. We were fortunate to have him at Southeastern. He's just graduated and a fantastic young man, not just a player, just a fantastic young man. Just got married here recently as well, and so he's a key player for us. He's such a technical player who has a great vision for the game, and if he can get his foot on the ball tonight, and like we've been talking about, the lungs, the cardio are going to be there a little bit better than in Miami, especially tonight. If he can get on the ball and just help control the game for this Tropics team, I think we're going to see a few more opportunities on frame because of that. I think that's something, looking back at the FC Miami game, the game needed to settle down for this team, and he's a player that can do that, but like we talked about, still learning names, still learning each other's rhythm, and so, but a fantastic college player. Was a conference player of the year here in the Sun Conference, and two-time All-American, so fantastic player.
Yeah, and that's pretty exciting to see a local talent like that in the lineup. And another one is Jake Vanderloot on the defense, number 2 tonight. He played also in Miami, and a guy that you watched as well, and tell us a little bit about Jake.
Yeah, Jake's a local hero here. He's a Tampa kid and has grown up here and been a standout player even as a youth player. And so to have him at Southeastern as well is a blessing for us. One of our leading goal scorers this year and first team all conference player. But we play him as a winger, and you'll see as he played 90 minutes, as a right back for us the other night. That just shows his versatility. Very, very creative player, a lot of pace. Hopefully we'll see the Tropics getting him forward tonight and helping create opportunities on goal. But definitely a fantastic player. And like you're saying, there's a lot of colleges represented here in this lineup. We've got players from the University of South Florida locally, even locally here in Lakeland, from Florida Southern, all the way out in Colorado, Rocky Mountain University. And so just a University of Tampa, a plethora of players here that we're excited about. A player who will feature tonight, and Chase Hovius is just finished up his freshman year at Liberty, and see him at the left back tonight. And so a local kid, he's from Auburndale, just down the road, and a standout player that we've seen come through the youth ranks here, and excited to see him back playing now. And it really just shows that growth that Lakeland is having. Like we talked about earlier, a lot of local players who are being developed and who have turned out to be tremendous and moved on. And so it's nice to see them helping build this Tropics brand here.
Yeah, and that you're reading my mind already, because Chase is a guy that did not play in Miami but will make his debut for Lakeland tonight, and doesn't get much more local than that. Played, of course, at Auburndale High School, as you mentioned, and what a season he had in his senior year. Played in only 15 games actually that season for the Bloodhounds, but scored 25 goals and had 20 assists in 15 games, and was actually one of the leading goals assist makers in the nation at the high school level in 2015. Was a all-state player, and through it all maintained a 4.0 grade point average. So
he's a good kid. I had the privilege of coaching Chase as a youth player, and the stat you just shared is a fantastic stat. His storyline in that high school season, he originally was playing in the development academy with the Clearwater Chargers here locally, and of course the rules don't allow for you to play in high school. And once he committed to Liberty and signed and knew where he was going, he and his family chose to enjoy the social aspect, and imagine what that high school stat would have looked like if he would have played that full season.
Yeah.
But, such a talented kid, fantastic young man, great family, and so hopefully he'll get the nerves out of him early tonight and just play soccer.
Yeah, that'll be fun, but no doubt he'll have family and friends in the stands, and it'll be exciting to see him in the lineup. We are in a weather delay here at Bryant Stadium this evening. We have shower and thunder shower activity close enough to the stadium, even though it's very pleasant here at Bryant Stadium still. We do have some thunder showers that are close enough that discretion being the better part of valor, they are holding up the start of the game by just a few minutes, and we will hopefully have action and no rain. You're looking at your official weather forecast here, Clay. What is it?
Yeah, it looks like we just have this little cell that's over near Tampa, and like you said, we're just gonna probably in the comb of the lightning, and we definitely want to err on the side of caution there.
Yeah.
But looks to be moving pretty quickly, and I think we'll be started here shortly.
Well, that is certainly the good news as the Lakeland Tropics kick off their home schedule tonight. It is a 14-game schedule overall. 7 at home and 7 on the road. The next game, by the way, is next Saturday night. In fact, Saturday nights are soccer nights in Lakeland now through early July. 6 of the 7, the first 6 home games, in fact, are all here Saturday night in Bryant Stadium. Next week, as we mentioned, the Tampa Bay Rowdies will be visiting, and that should be fun just, again, because of the geographic rivalry and the fact that Tampa Bay is also an expansion side, and so it's kind of fun to test yourself against a newcomer like Lakeland. And then the schedule, of course, will run through early July, and all that information and ticket information and everything you need to know about the Lakeland Tropics, the best place to find that is online at www.lakelandtropics.com. You can find the schedule and a little bit about the coach, Owen Conlon, who is no stranger to especially the youth soccer players here in Lakeland. He's now the technical director for Lakeland FC, and Clay, someone you know well, and to me seems to be kind of a perfect fit for what this franchise wants to be about and what this league is about. And someone, as I said, I'm sure you know well. Tell us a little bit about Owen and his strengths in terms of developing this young team.
Yeah, Owen is a fantastic coach and a great man, and I think you hit the nail on the head. You know, the one thing the Tropics are priding themselves in is being a community franchise and connecting well with this community, and to have a coach in Owen Conlon here with us is tremendous for us. He does have that big role with the youth club here in Lakeland FC, and he's a great guy in the community, but a fantastic coach on the field. He's proven himself time and time again, and has really developed this team, and it's fresh for him. He's excited. He's got a young team. He's a young coach looking to do well, and then it's going to be a good season for him.
And I've talked to you and talked to him separately, but I think that you guys share kind of a coaching philosophy, and that is, I know you wanted to attack in the indoor game and create opportunities, and ultimately that's what Owen would like to see this Lakeland Tropics team become, is really kind of an attacking team to create those opportunities and play an exciting brand of soccer that fans might really enjoy.
Yeah, I think that's fans want to see goals ultimately, and especially on these summer nights, they definitely want something to cheer about. But it's the way the game's being played now, and again, as this young team gets to know each other, combined with the philosophy that Owen has and the style he's trying to get these young men to play, I think we're in for an exciting summer, an exciting season. But he is a very technical coach. He's a coach who wants the team to hold possession and dictate the flow of the game. But we had to produce some chances out of that. And I think even in the FC Miami game, we saw this team have plenty of chances. Like we talked about, if Victor Rojas maybe scores and makes it 1-1, maybe that just gives this team a little bit of a boost. And I think that's what this team's looking for, and the coach is probably looking for, just to score that first goal. Your new expansion team, the biggest thing you want to do is score a goal. And let everybody know you can, and then
breathe.
Yeah, breathe. So that needs to happen tonight. Yeah. Great crowd out. It looks like we're getting ready to go. Yeah. But it'd be a great night for that first goal to happen.
Yeah, and let me correct myself. Tampa Bay will be here on June 3rd. It will be the Palm Beach Suns here next on Memorial Day weekend on Saturday the 27th. So Tampa Bay coming in on Saturday, June 3rd. So 4 straight Saturday nights at home, because they will play on June 10th again when Weston FC comes in. And that actually will be the next game for Lakeland on the road. They will, of course, play here tonight and then be on the road next Wednesday at Weston FC. That is a game that will be played down at Broward College, 5 o'clock start next Wednesday. So there will be a game between the game here tonight against the Villages and then the home match on Saturday, May 27th against Palm Beach. Tampa Bay here on June 3rd. Weston will return the visit here to Bryant Stadium on Saturday, June 10th. And then it's on the road for 3 in a row for the Tropics. The first will be Wednesday, June 14th at Tampa Bay, and then a rematch with the Villages up at the Villages Polo Club on Saturday, June 17th, and the last of that road trip will be on June 21st at South Florida. That will be a tough game as well. FC Miami City, who provided the opposition in the season opener in Miami, will visit Bryant Stadium on June 24th. SEMA will be here on July 1st, and then the final 3 games of the regular season, 2 of them are on the road on Wednesday, July 5th at Palm Beach. IMG Academy, who has had a PDL franchise for just about forever, I think.
As long as you can remember.
Right, will play here. That is the only time that the Tropics and IMG will match up, and that will be the final regular season home game here at Bryant Stadium. That is the only Sunday start, and then just 2 days after that, the Tropics will conclude the regular season at SEMA at Montverde Academy in Orlando. So that is the 14-game schedule, as the teams are now out at midfield. and getting ready for what we think will be a pretty exciting evening. The fans have hung in. We think the weather is going to hold. We'll hold Clay to that prediction, and we'll get live soccer here in just a couple of minutes as the Villages look to defend their 2016 division championship. But both teams, as we mentioned, out of the gates at 0-2 or 0-1 rather. The PDL does a power ranking, which is kind of interesting for Southern Conference teams. Now, as we mentioned, there are 72 teams nationally in the PDL. They are broken down by 4 conferences, 8 divisions. Lakeland is in what is known as the Southern Conference, obviously, and part of the Southeast Division. So the Southern Conference power rankings that came out this week, SEMA, no surprise, is actually the favorite. They are number 1 in the the Southern Conference power rankings. OKC Energy, their under 23 team, is actually ranked 2nd, and FC Miami City, who is off to that 3-0 start, is 3rd. Tampa Bay is 4th in the power rankings, and the Mississippi Brilla are 5th. The Villages, an honorable mention selection, 7th out of the 8 teams that are ranked in those power rankings put out by the PDL. We'll talk a little bit more about that during the game. One of the other interesting things, Clay, that I think that the PDL does is they've got a fantastic website with a ton of information, and one of the things they do is release, I think it's every other week, kind of a top 50 prospect list, if you will, that really allows fans to kind of zero in on the developing stars of the PDL. And the PDL itself, we should really talk a little bit about, because it's not like maybe 1 or 2 of these guys that are playing in the PDL this year will maybe get a tryout at an MLS level eventually or something. This truly has become a feeder league to certainly the USL and the NASL, which is still around, but really Major League Soccer as a whole. When you look at the numbers through the seasons, it actually is really impressive. In fact, I think it's something like 70% of all MLS draft selections since 2010 have PDL experience. So that alone kind of stamps this league as kind of a big deal, and why it's kind of neat that Lakeland is now part of it.
Yeah, it is. And you said it best. The PDL is producing players. These players are the majority are current college players that are playing, but there are those players who have just missed that opportunity. And like you said, it seems to be that the majority are understanding that the PDL can play a big part of their resume, and have seen players drafted annually in the MLS draft, and a number of these players ending up, like you said, in the USL and NASL and other leagues. But like you said, the top 50 rankings list is pretty fun to watch. It's fun to learn the new names. I think that's a big part of soccer, is connecting the player to the fan, and letting these young fans here in the stands, like we see tonight, know the names of these players and understand, hey, this player is playing at a high level. They're developing. They have a chance to maybe earn a wage playing this game, and hey, look what they're doing. And so it serves as a great look for these players and to dream along with these guys.
Yeah, right now, in fact, I think it's something like 210 or so former PDL players now play in the MLS. The number 1 prospect just a couple of years ago, Keegan Rosenberry, now an MLS player. So truly the stars, the locals, the stars of tomorrow nationally could very well be coming through Lakeland here this summer and in summers to come. So that's kind of why it's a big deal, and one of the reasons that it's so exciting to. As we conclude with the national anthem. Sorry about that. Didn't know. I could hear the wind in the outside microphone. I thought it was thunder at first. I was really getting a little nervous that we were going to have to fill another 20 or 30 minutes.
I'm just glad we weren't singing, Brian.
Good job for that. So I think we are now officially just a couple of minutes from kickoff tonight. And that will be exciting. As you can see, a really nice crowd on hand here at Bryant Stadium tonight. The Bond Clinic, the primary sponsor of the Lakeland Tropics, providing the opportunity for fans throughout Polk County to come tonight free of charge, and we thank the Bond Clinic for that thoughtful gesture to really introduce this franchise to the local soccer community. As you've gotten to know Dr. Yakovitis, the CEO and president of Bond Clinic and the majority owner now of the Tropics franchises, being ingrained in the community and being a conduit to really developing soccer both from the coaching perspective and the youth player perspective really is his primary goal.
Yeah, I think the Tropics and Lakeland really are blessed to have Dr. Yakovitis, at the helm here pushing this Tropics brand. And you said it, he's a guy who cares about his community. He wants to see it thrive, in business, but also in just community. I think his heart for the game and heart for allowing people to have opportunity is why he's involved. And definitely this is a community brand. I know he's excited for tonight's matchup. Yeah,
very excited, and we, as you said, thank him for stepping forward to really bring this whole Tropics experience to a different level, and one that the community, I know, will be proud of, not only on this indoor or outdoor season that's starting the home portion tonight, but the second indoor season, which will kick off at the Lakeland Center in November as the Florida Tropics look to build on what was a very successful inaugural campaign in the MASL with an 8-12 mark, just kind of missing out on the playoffs, very much alive for a playoff spot in that final weekend, but we won't relive that for you, but that was but all in all, really
still having nightmares here, Brian.
Right,
thanks for bringing that back up. But,
all in all, it really was
it was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was fun. Some great games, some great goals. Can't wait already for the second portion of the indoor season to start in November. Well, we've got outdoor soccer tonight here at Bryant Stadium. Glad to have you part of the festivities as the Tropics will move left to right on the video screen. And that is a familiar player, Victor Rojas, with the throw-in.
Yeah, Brian, I think the first 10-15 minutes here are going to be pretty wide open. A lot of excitement, a lot of nerves, big crowd tonight. So hopefully the Tropics can feed off that and produce one of that first goal we've been talking about here.
Yeah, and a takedown and a foul against the Villages here in the opening minute of play. So right away the Tropics will get an opportunity.
Yeah, it looks like a foul just outside the box here. So
yeah, it was.
Have a good service here on goal, and let's get some. Looks like some orange shirts are gonna crash this box here.
Here's the cross, far post. Knocked back to. There's a shot and a good save. Now, apparently just was a little bit wide.
But looks like Victor Preyes on that shot.
I think it was,
there.
You're right.
Just hitting the crossbar or the post there maybe.
Just the outside of the net, and that's as good a chance as Lakeland had the entire 90 minutes down in Miami a week and a half ago. So that is a good sign already. The Villages looking to even their mark tonight at 1-1 after that 2-1 loss to SEMA last week. And also, not that it counts in the PDL standings, but avenge that loss, or at least put balm on the wounds from the loss in the U.S. Open Cup game against Jacksonville.
Yeah, the Tropics looking to have some high pressure here. I think the Villages are doing a good job just trying to stay calm and and hold a possession line. I think both teams are going to be a possession-oriented team and look to play a good possession style. So it should match up really well. You see here the Villages just trying to get out of their half here early on, but to be expected here on this exciting night.
Slide tackle attempt at the midfield line by Carvalho.
Yeah, Carvalho being the center back here tonight for the Tropics. He also was a part of that Villages team last season that won this division. So a couple guys out there playing against their old teammates.
And that adds just kind of another level of flavor, if you will, to the matchup as it comes all the way back to Valerio. But already you can see the Tropics much more organized and with an idea of what they want to do out there. That game in Miami was originally supposed to be played much later in the month, and due to the scheduling situation they had to move it up here, and kind of showed a little bit that the Tropics had not been in training for all that long, and so I think that 4-0 result ultimately was not necessarily a big surprise.
Yeah, like you said, both teams pretty energized, just ready to play, and a little chaotic here at times. I think both teams will probably look to just string a couple more passes here and calm down here as we get going.
Counter-attack opportunity now for Lakeland. Looking for some space. There's a cross, and it will roll. And they'll stay in play, actually.
Jake Vanderloop just coming and joining the play there.
There you go.
Just got the ball to the touchline with a good cross there. I think we've earned a corner.
First corner of the game. The Tropics only had 2 corners. Nope, it's going to be a goal kick. Yep.
Tropics merchandise stand located near the main entrance of this stadium.
That's another player that Tropics fans might remember, number 9 for the Villages, Carlos Araujo. Played in the opener, if I'm not mistaken, right?
He played in the opening game, and tremendous player. One of the division's leading goal scorers even last year. Just a big body. I think he's always a threat when he's on the ball, and so if he gets a good opportunity, I'm sure we'll see him pull the trigger a few times tonight. It's going to be a key thing for the Tropics to try to contain there.
Pereira's looked like might generate an opportunity there, but couldn't maintain possession, and the Villages will counter. But quickly cleared out of there by the Lakeland defense. Just underway, a little bit late here tonight at Bryant Stadium because of some lightning in the area, but it really never came here to Bryant Stadium, and it really has been a very, very delightful evening.
Yeah, beautiful night for this opening game.
So that's the first thing that's gone right. And that's a big one. Pressure at the midfield circle by Lakeland, but here come the Villages. Good takeaway. Nice work right there.
Good ball through.
Not going to quite be in time, though. Villages will clear, and a throw-in coming up for Lakeland.
I think that's going to be something that we see a lot tonight. That 3 front with Victor Rojas looking for Dieguez and Reyes on the other side there. Those 3 players, obviously, as soon as they touch it, they're immediately looking for each other and looking for opportunities. So I think it's going to be something they need to, we talked about controlling the game. Oh, good opportunity.
Yeah, a little bit too much traffic in front to get a shot away, but another throw-in coming up here for Lakeland, but already you can see the difference in organization and maybe even a little confidence level.
I completely agree with you. These guys seem to be operating on a much smoother basis here and with a lot more energy as well. I think it's going to be key to try to maintain that. You know, a lot of excitement in the early parts of games. You know, we're going to be in here for a long run here, so I think maintaining rhythm, finding a rhythm to the game is going to be a key part as well, especially as both teams are highly potent up top with goal scorers.
That cross was punched out of there by Tim McGlynn, getting the first start of the season for the Villages in goal tonight. Another college player at the Division II level, although he went far from home. Southern New Hampshire University.
Came to the sunshine.
Yeah. I'll bet it's not 95 in New Hampshire today. Here's a cross, and Valerio with a nice punch out.
Good save there.
Yeah.
He's proud to be the official medical provider of the Lakeland Tropics.
That was the Village's best opportunity here of the early going.
And then with their own just Dr. Raj Guru, dedicated to keeping the Tropics in peak performance.
Yeah, sometimes those balls that just get served over, kind of a hopeful cross, turn into something, you know. So it was a good opportunity from the Villages there.
Turnover by Lakeland. Here's a chance for the Villages. And let's see, it looks like corner kick coming up here for the Buffalo. That is their nickname. And this will be the first corner of the game for the Villages.
Yeah, I think Coach Conlon would probably like to see Jonathan just slow the game down there,
right,
and not roll that ball out. You know, the early pressures of a game.
Yeah, that was kind of too easy for
probably
the Villages.
a better choice there to go ahead and punt that ball out and just lose the ball down the field and regroup there. So, but hey, no harm done.
Corner header, and Valerio makes the nice save. Good coverage on the far post by the Lakeland goaltender, and his first save of the night. Well, maybe a second. Don't know if they can give him a save on that one crosser punch out, but
not surprised to see Carlos on the end of that header for the Villages. Big body, good ball to him. So
isn't his nickname? What do they? It's Junior, isn't it?
Yeah, we call him Junior, and don't really know the story why, to be honest. But,
well, yeah,
he's well known here in Central Florida as Junior.
Yeah. Well, he is not junior in size. You're right. There's a counter now for Lakeland after kind of a scramble in front of Valerio.
Yeah, I think both teams are probably going to beg for their teammates to calm down.
I was just going to say, yeah, they're not going to be able to play at this pace for 90 minutes, that's for sure. Much quicker pace than we saw in Miami.
Tropics doing a good job there, spreading out and looking to move the ball and try to, like we talked about, dictating some tempo here early on. So.
Scoreless here from Bryant Stadium. First home game for the Lakeland Tropics. Second ever in franchise history. A takedown in midfield, and the referee says play on. There's a nice through ball, and Valerio had it well read. I think it was a raw hole again.
Yep. It's going to be on the end of those often tonight. We're going to say that name a lot.
You were right already. And that's good anticipation by Valerio. You know, goaltending, about 90% of it is just kind of being in the right spot at the right time and being able to anticipate the play. And Valerio did a nice job right there, reading what was unfolding in front of him.
Yeah, very calm there. With a big goal scorer coming on to him, it's very calm. Good save.
Tropics again with possession on the counter here.
Heavy touch there from Vanderloot, looking to go 1v1. Still here in a good position.
Cross to the far post, but nobody home, and McGlynn is able to corral it. Boy, much more pace to this game already, though. That's, again, not to be real surprised. Oftentimes you hear it in football, particularly American football, not this kind of football, but football coaches will tell you that the most improvement they'll see in a team is very often between their first and second games. And with a week and a half of really good training, and I know Owen Conlon, the Lakeland coach, was really pleased with how his club has trained over the last week and a half. The difference is noticeable. Again, across. The Villages will control in front and cleared out of there.
We would like to thank the Ledger Media Group for being a sponsor of Tropics Soccer.
Be a goal kick coming up here for Valerio.
Ward's Air Conditioning. Ward's Air Conditioning, the Craftsman, has been serving Port County since 1961. Call Ward's Air Conditioning at 646-0020 for all your air conditioning needs. Go Tropics!
Like the midfield battle here is going to be a key part in the game already.
Often is.
Good opportunity here.
Finally shut down by the Villages defensively. Long ball to the far post. Tropics still in control. There's a shot, and McGlynn with the save.
Hey fans, be sure to check out our Kids Zone, courtosy of Lakeland Movement.
Nice to see Jake Vanderloo, Victor Rojas really connecting well there on that right flank. Looks to be a little bit of a developing duo, if you will. With some early opportunities from both of them.
Heading towards the 12th minute, still scoreless. Good through ball knocked out of there. And the Tropics will catch up to it, but scoring chance averted. Argolo will do the throw-in honors for the Villages. Chance now, touched into the box. And again, the Tropics defense will clear.
Just
Smart play.
Turned into something out of nothing there, right there in
Yeah.
front of goal. But yeah, smart play from a young defender there against a veteran goal scorer.
Yep.
Just get it out of here.
There's a pretty feisty challenge and no whistle. Play on.
Referee's doing a good job. He's let a couple.
Yeah, he sure has.
Good,
yeah.
Tough challenges early on go. I think he's setting the rhythm for the game, so that's good.
Yeah.
Gonna let these two talented teams play tonight.
Chance for the Buffalo with some space, but again, the Lakeland defense able to close, and then a shot goes wide, but that was a pretty good opportunity from distance there.
Provider of your Lakeland Tropics.
Goal kick coming up for Lakeland. Come the Tropics. Vanderloo with it on the right side. Feeds it deep into the corner. Chance for the Tropics and nope. Good save by McGlynn. Tropics thought perhaps they had their first of the night and first of the season, but never quite got through. But again, good pressure by Lakeland. They've had more chances in the first 15 or 16 minutes tonight than they did in the first all 90 at Miami, and there's a whistle and a foul.
Stick around for an autograph session following tonight's game on the field. The players will begin signing autographs across.
Good job by the referee there. Two tough challenges and time to call one. save.
Yeah, McGlynn
Good save
has been
right in front there.
Yes. He has been sharp tonight.
Definitely the best opportunity of the
Yep.
game right there, right in front of goal. Big save for the Villages.
LakelandTropics.com.
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling that if Lakeland could get that first goal, it could lead to 2 or 3 others. But their confidence level on offense is noticeably improved.
Sometimes a big crowd gives that to you.
Yeah,
right,
that
Brian?
does help,
That's,
right? Yep,
a lot of
big-
excitement in the stadium.
Yep, big home crowd, and this is the kind of play and the attacking style that Owen Conlon has talked about wanting to
We
feature.
say thank you for your service.
And it has been on display here in the first 20 minutes. Flicked out of there by the Villages, and I think Lakeland may get their first corner of the night, and they will.
And no surprise to see Victor Paredes on the ball there, serving some good balls on goal and creating good opportunities. Tropics done a good job here, gaining some fouls around the box and earning corners here. It has some good opportunities. I'd love to stick one of these away.
There's the short corner. Tropics will control. Now there's a cross, and
Tropics summer camps
to no one in particular and over the end line, so goal kick coming up for the Villages.
To see locations and sign
It's a
up
little
today,
breezy here
visit
tonight, so
LakelandTropics.com.
it is a bit of a challenge on some of those corners and crosses. See if we can get the Swan City Syndicate to get us a goal there at the end that Lakeland is shooting at tonight. The Tropics fan club that was so in evidence during the indoor season. Rojas being a pretty good pest on the ball there at midfield, almost had a takeaway. Kind of a sneaky player. I mean, you look at the stat sheet from the indoor side, and you don't quite realize what an effective player he is.
I'd like to wish a happy birthday to Janelle Ruiz.
Yeah, he's definitely a talent. Yeah, he's already showing tonight. Every time he's touched the ball, he's either looking to create for someone or get a good service, or he's looking to shoot. So
celebrating your birthday at a Tropics game, call our front office at
see if he can get on the score sheet.
863-240-0101 or visit LakelandTropics.com.
Corner kick coming up for the Villages. Served in, knocked out. Villages will control, however, but not for long. There's some space for Lakeland now.
Victor Paredes on a counter opportunity.
Taken down, no whistle.
Ooh.
There's another hard collision and a whistle there. And you're right, the official really letting them play here tonight. Good aggressive play by both sides, really.
Open for lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Bring your ticket
Seems
stub
to be
in
a
anytime
developing
next week
battle
for
here in the
10% off your
midfield.
entire order. For more
Both groups
information,
are
visit
pretty strong there, and I know even Coach Conlon has made a change in tonight's lineup and shape with Kawe Carvalho sliding into the holding midfield role, who played in the left back position in that first opening game. So definitely some tactics on hand, and it seems to be panning out here, but it looks like it's definitely going to be a battle this evening.
Gun Clinic would like to congratulate the Tropics on the first game of their inaugural season. We are proud to partner with this organization for all their medical needs. Visit our
We're
website
live
today
from
at
Bryant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida. Glad to
see
have
what
you
many
on
services we
board tonight as our first of 7 broadcasts here at home for the Lakeland Tropics of the Premier Development League. Exciting debut. Not the best at crowd estimates, but certainly 2,000 or 3,000 folks at least on hand here tonight, which is a tremendous turnout for the sport and for the franchise, certainly. with nothing but bigger and better things to come during the summer and season 2 for the Florida Tropics of the MASL. Villages with a throw in from the far sideline here. No foul called there again on the little bit of contact. Rojas will try and set up the offense. Gets it up to Vanderloop. Nice sliding tackle by DeMello.
And those two have had some encounters before, DeMello being out of Rio Grande. Those two faced off against each other this past season in a 3-2 overtime game. So a fun little matchup there with DeMello being, I think he's playing in the holding role tonight, and usually has played center back for Rio Grande, but talented player, All-American, has been in that national championship game the last 2 years. And so a flashback there, seeing Jake and those two go together.
And that was kind of an all or nothing attempt there, because if he doesn't knock it over the end line, the sideline rather, that's a tremendous opportunity for Lakeland.
Yeah, I think when you find a player in Jake Vanderloot and in Chase Hovius, when they get some isolations out on the width tonight, they look to be going 1v1 and using their space and creativity. Funny enough, both are attacking players in their respective universities, and so like you said, that's that style that Coach Collins looking to develop and giving good attacking opportunities even with the back. So already showing some signs here early.
Coming up on the 25th minute of play here. Still scoreless. Good opportunities, though, both sides. I think, generally speaking, the Tropics have had a little bit better of the play, but probably not all that surprising, the Villages being on the road. Perhaps wanting to be a touch more conservative. Now here's a chance. Arroyo is ahead of the field. Everyone on sides, clear in front, and knocked out of there by the Tropics. Rojas comes back to help out for Lakeland, and will just get it out of his.
Yeah, probably good choice there. Just route one. See ya. That's developed into a little counter here, so something out of nothing.
Quick opportunity here for Lakeland. Tropics will keep it in play. Into the box and knocked out of there by McGlynn, and the Villages will thwart another Lakeland opportunity, at least for the moment. Long ball down the right side, and
not much developing there. Everyone pretty stagnant there on that base out of that counter attack. Just
they were expecting some kind of a run, and it never happened. And
looks like a player might be down.
It's one of the players from the Villages.
The Tropics would like to give a special thanks to our partner Ink Screen Printing for producing all of tonight's.
Get a little break here, probably for both teams. Just to
I was just going to say, just a breather and
maybe a good point here from the coaches.
But honestly, for the first 30 minutes here, I think this looks like a different Lakeland team totally tonight.
Yeah, they seem to be much more confident, much more in sync with each other, and against a very good Villages team, who are looking to get on track as well. So a lot of motivation in both sides tonight. So, but I agree with you, Brian. The Tropics look to have just a little better of the play and produce a good opportunity there. Probably an opportunity one of those players is wanting back here in a 1v1. So, but a big save there from Timothy in goal. So, seems to be a fun night, good crowd, and some good opportunities here to start this game out.
Putting on your coaching hat, if you're the Villages, you're probably coming in maybe thinking to be a little conservative and to kind of weather the storm, no pun intended, for the first 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's
knowing that Lakeland would probably come out, be aggressive, and
Yeah, they're a veteran side, and Coach Anderson de Silva, he's been in some big matches before, so they definitely know what they're looking to do, and especially with some senior players and Carlos Arroyo and Daniel Mendez on the field, just calming everyone down. But I think putting a coach's hat on, I think probably both coaches just said, hey, we're having some good counter attack opportunities. The times that we've actually just maybe strung some passes together, we've created a much more quality opportunity rather than that counter, which might lead to a hopeful service from the width, from the Villages side and from the Tropics as well. So we'll see how it ends here this first half. Good first half, though.
Argolo and Vanderloot on the ball, and the play will go the Villages' way. You talk about the veteran players, and there are certainly some veteran players in the league, as much as this is a league for younger players. And here's a chance for the Villages now. Knocked away by the Lakeland defense, but I believe we've got a corner coming up here for the Buffalo.
That's a good point, Brian. There's a lot of parity in the league. You're allowed 10 international players, and I believe it's 8 players over the age of 23. And so you do have some of those senior players who, maybe they're out of a contract at a professional level, but still possess the talent and ambition, or maybe just trying to stay fit and showing, hey, I am capable here as the summer window opens for teams to sign on players and to let them know they can be an option. So, this is a great league. The PDL is a fantastic league, and it serves a great purpose for, the young player, even to that mid-20 player who's looking to go on. Another opportunity here for the Tropics.
Pressure at the top of the box now. Laid off on the right side. Good movement off the ball by Lakeland, which is so important.
Good defense there in the corner.
Yeah, nice takeaway. Going to take down and the foul. Yeah, the PDL rules, if you will, dictate that a maximum of 8 players on a team's roster can be over that 23-year-old mark. And at least 3 players on each team's roster, though, must be 18 or younger.
Yeah, it's a development league, and I think it's fantastic that the rules literally, set each franchise up for that. And it's a great opportunity, like we said. It bridges this gap between the youth and the professional level, and lets these young, talented youth players, have a taste of what the next step is. And so it serves a great role in their development timeline. So.
And certainly the things you can learn from a Daniel Mendez, for example.
Exactly.
If you're an 18 or 19-year-old kid just kind of starting your soccer career, here's another ball into the box knocked out of there by the Villages. That's a guy's brain that you really want to pick and find out what it's like to be a pro and what you need to do to get noticed and get to that next level.
Yeah, it is. It is such a tremendous resource for these young players, and a big part really to give them confidence and let them know, hey, this is what it takes, and I'm walking along with you on this journey, though. But a good opportunity there in front of goal for the Tropics. Something different in the attack, it seems like. Tried a little combination play instead of that whipped-in service, looking to get somebody at the end of it. I think that's going to be something both teams are probably going to look to do as this game settles down, and we'll probably see a few more opportunities there on top of the box from some quick combination play, quick passes, give and goes that might lead to some good shots on frame here. So the goalies definitely need. Oh, there it is!
A shot to goal!
Is that Ramsey Torrey on that volley?
We'll find out. I think it may have been.
I think it is. The big center back comes on and catches one clean.
Boy, did
the joy from the team and the celebration.
Absolutely.
So, there you go. Fantastic.
Perfectly placed shot. But Glenn really did not have a chance. And the Tropics have their first goal of the game and their first goal of the season, their first lead of the season, and the confidence that we've seen here in the first 30 or 35 minutes sure to grow now after the goal by Ramsey Torre.
Yeah, don't know how this game's going to end up, Brian, but that might be one of the goal of the week nominees there. What a fantastic goal. Great technique used there by Ramsey there, just to come on and strike it clean. Great confidence.
So the Tropics.
Next few minutes here, usually after a goal, very big for both sides. So
yeah, I was just about to say the Tropics don't want to just kind of rest here for a minute or two. They need to keep the pressure up that they've had all during the first half here. I mean, I know that's what Coach Conlon has talked about, but talking about it and doing it are two different things, as you all know. And
you got thousands of people watching you. That sometimes that nerve steps in when you need to just calm down and maybe keep that possession. There's a tough ball back, great skill from Luca Wishers there. I think Victor Rojas put him in a tough place. The big center back did well there. Another opportunity.
Shot and goal! Another one in the back of the net.
Diegas got on the end of that. Good momentum.
Holy cow.
Great shot of the fans there. Look at the connectivity already with the team.
Well, plenty to celebrate here at Bryant Stadium tonight as all of a sudden the
in front of goal from the big goal scorer.
Yep, Ricardo Diegas, who had 17 goals in 16 games on the indoor side, gets his first of the season. And Lakeland has a 2-0 lead. And if the Buffalo decided they wanted to be a little conservative, they might want to change. Here's another counter opportunity.
Good choice there from
Juan Tejada. Yeah,
just putting his foot on it, just looking to establish possession there. There's Chase Hovius getting involved. So the Tropics seem much more in tune with what they want to do tactically tonight. It's good opportunities.
Completely different looking team tonight. I mean, I think we all expected certainly something better than what we saw in Miami. I'm not sure, to be honest, I expected this. Here's a chance again, as I think that was Vanderloot trying to create some space. Finally knocked out of there. Well, if the Villages thought they were coming in to play an expansion team that lost 4-0 in their opener and thought that maybe they could just not necessarily be on cruise control, but play conservative and then step up the attack as the game wore on, if that was the strategy, it may have backfired. Now here's a chance. Here's Arroyo down the left side. And good defense by the Tropics and Valerio. Boy, Arroyo, he can move for a big guy.
Yeah, this Villages team, they've shown tonight they have some speed. They've won the ball in that middle portion of the field and just really had some good breakouts there with some of their attacking players. So, 2-0's always the dangerous score, isn't it, Brian? There's still plenty of time here in this first half, and it looks to be if the Tropics can get out with this 2-0 lead, that's going to be in a better place. So if the Villages can sneak one back, they're going to gain a lot of confidence, for the second half. And so,
yeah, it would be a real nice psychological boost to go into the locker room with that 2-goal advantage. We just are into now to the 37th minute. There's a chance at the top of the box again, but good defense by the Villages to knock it away. Talking about Torre, the goal scorer for Florida on that first goal.
A lot of pace here.
Yeah, it sure is.
Well done. Way to come out there.
Again, good anticipation, good vision.
He's definitely reading the game and seems to be injured though. I think he's just placing the ball out of bounds. I think the last play he may have took a knock on the noggin there.
I'm not sure what happened because that was kind of odd.
That was him putting the ball out, and you see him on his back. It seems like Seems like he may have picked up something there.
I was going to mention that, Toure is a star with the University of Tampa, another one of those college players that is highly regarded, was the first team All-Sunshine State Conference player as a sophomore, second team All-Region.
Yeah, Coach Adrian Bush over at University of Tampa has quite a player in Ramsey, just a big presence there as a center back, and they had a great year this year.
I was just going to say, I think made a run all the way to the Final 8, I think, the Elite 8,
they did.
if I'm not mistaken.
They beat some good teams along that way as well, so they were right there in contention for a national championship. So, great player in Toure. Fantastic goal tonight.
I was just going to say, he's equaled his output for the whole season at Tampa, University of Tampa. He had one goal. Of course, he plays defense for the Spartans, but he had one goal on the season.
I bet if you asked him, the majority of his goals have come off his head with his height and size in the air.
He's 6'5".
Now he's got a fun story to tell the young ones someday.
Right. Actually was a native of Oslo, Norway.
A big thanks to all of these members for all the hard work they put into our community.
Be Jonathan Valerio. Looked like he took a knock on the head there. Just it looks like the trainer's giving a little bit of a test there for concussion test, and just to make sure he's going to be okay to continue on. But looks like he definitely felt it was serious enough to check it out here.
Yeah. It was kind of an odd play because I thought he just kind of shanked the punt and went down because he was upset about his
definitely
his clear.
That
but
was
no,
him
you're
putting
right.
it out of
yeah,
play
you're right.
and saying, hey, I need to take a second.
You're right. So.
Yep.
Hopefully he's okay and continue on.
Well, you know those goaltenders. Well, he has been tested tonight, but not quite as severely as he was in Miami.
I think he indicates he's okay. And
that's good news for Lakeland.
Good sportsmanship there from the Villages, just giving it back to him. So play on.
2-0 Lakeland. As we wind towards the end of the first 45 here at Bryant Stadium, home of the Lakeland Dreadnoughts. Do you know what a dreadnought is?
I think it's a big battleship.
There you go.
Last time I checked.
You're right. Passed the test. For folks not in the Polk County area, the Dreadnoughts, one of the premier high school football programs in the state, and the Dreadnought is a battleship that goes back to World War I, and parts of that boat were made here in Lakeland, so that's why they're the Dreadnought.
Villages turned into a good opportunity, good shooting opportunity. It looks like a block there from Luca.
And finally a shot on goal, and Valerio able to cover.
I think, in an effort to keep possession, you're going to see the Tropics, we've seen them a couple times roll the ball out. Maybe the best choice there was just maybe to lose that ball down the field, not put these young outside backs under the pressure that obviously the Villages are going to have, needing to get back in the game. I think probably that's something Coach Collins is going to talk about. Maybe let's lose the ball a little farther down the field, not put ourselves in situations, and manage the game well here. And let's get this first win here for the fans.
Yeah, as talented as some of these Villages players are, it's hard to score from 40 or 50 yards out. So.
It is. It's hard to score from that long and with a lot more defenders in front of them. So, really don't need to. The Tropics really don't need to take big risks here with this 2-0 lead and manage the game and keep the ball moving, not get stuck here in 1v1 situations. So
Vanderloot eluding the pressure there, and again a clear, if you will. But I think that's probably smart at this point. Is you don't want to go into a defensive shell necessarily, but if you can protect that 2-0 lead and just not take any chances in your own defensive end, that's probably some of the thinking here. Again, the Villages on the attack. This is Argolo with it on the near sideline. Some space now out at the top of the box. It's a little more than the top of the box, probably out 30 yards, but there's a handball and a free kick for the Villages. put quickly back into play.
Yeah, there's big Carlos Arroyo putting his big body right up there. I think that's something we're going to see here. We've just seen here recently some good entry balls. I mean, and he's such a big target to play off of. These players are getting good movement, a good ball into them, followed by good movement, and looks to be creating some chances here. There's DeMelo on the ball, good service in. A little bit of a hopeful, but there's a second opportunity.
Yep, little turnover there. There's shot and a goal. I think that was Arroyo.
I think it was. He's a danger right on top of the box. He's looking to do one thing, and he just showed the Tropics.
So the Villages do get down at least one of them back. Well placed shot by that happy, but of course goaltenders never are when they don't think they should ever let anything in, regardless of what the circumstance is, but it counts nonetheless, of course, and it's 2-1. This is turning into an arena game.
Good releasing ball out there to Paredes. If he can get it back to Dieguez, good opportunity.
Dieguez shot. Oh, and a nice save by the losing the box and a score.
Great follow-up there.
Are they going to count it or no?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's Rojas. Dieguez got in there in front of goal. Good shot. I think there was a second opportunity that Victor followed up on.
I don't think could control the initial shot.
That's a big goal for the Tropics.
That is.
For these young players that are watching the game, wow, he just saw the play out and it led to a good opportunity.
Johnny on the spot, Victor Rojas. And that was a good shot by Dieguez. He got a lot on it. McGlynn just could not control the rebound. Foul against the Tropics.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3 minutes of stoppage time.
So we're down to stoppage time here in the first half, and they will add 3 minutes. So let's see if Lakeland can still go to the locker room with that 2-goal lead. And thought it would be 2-0, but 3-1 will work just as well. But some nice work with some spaces. I've been impressed by the counter opportunities that Lakeland has generated tonight with their speed and just so much more cohesion with their play and an idea of what they want to do once they get the ball that just was not in evidence in that opener.
Yeah, amazing what a week of practice will do and getting on the same page. So good opportunity here from the Villages. Defense there.
Be a throw in for the Buffalo. Argola will do it. Header into the box. Still loose in there. Look out, and a goal. Holy cow. Just a little ping pong ball in the box, and the Villages have cut the lead to 1 once again. I think it may have been
like he got that ball back and just
may have
tucked it in the corner there, so maybe 2 goals there. Have to check that.
Gosh. Well, 3-2, and we still haven't reached halftime.
Hang on to your seats,
yeah,
fans.
right?
Don't go for that hot dog yet. Might be something here in the remaining seconds.
Village is hoping for one more good counter opportunity here.
Village's coach is pretty upset about a challenge there. Maybe they thought there was a challenge.
He's got one of his players, down near the midfield circle.
Looked to be a pretty good advantage call there by the referee. But it's like maybe DeLima.
I think you might be right. Roberto DeLima.
Yeah, looks to be.
So this will delay things for just a moment. 3-2 Lakeland.
Well, the fans they've gotten
their money's worth in the first
here,
45 minutes. What the heck? I think the indoor side, didn't you have a 3-2 game this year, or a 4-2 game? Or?
Right, I think we saw multiple games where we saw multiple goals in a small amount of time.
That's crazy.
Hey, these 3-2 games are fun, though. There's a lot of excitement.
Yeah, you could tell right from the start this was going to be a different game. I mean, it was just end-to-end and good chances. And if you're going to be aggressive, sometimes you do pay the price a little bit, and that's just part of it.
Yeah, both coaches seem to have their hands full here at halftime to come up with strategy. So there's a whistle.
So quite a 45 minutes here to open the home campaign for the Lakeland Tropics. And Lakeland will go to the locker room with a 3-2 lead over the defending Southeast Division.
It is your halftime, folks.
Villages.
Sponsored by Bone Clinic, of course.
Both coaches will have plenty to chat about and reset things. We'll take a break and reset things as well. You're watching the Lakeland Tropics, their home opener in the USL Premier Development League. It's Lakeland 3 and the Villages 2. We'll be back in just a moment. Back here at Bryant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida, halftime winding down, and quite a first half we have to talk about, joined by Coach Clay Roberts of the Florida Tropics, the sister franchise to this Lakeland team. They play, of course, in the Major Arena Soccer League and will start their second campaign in November, but it kind of looked like an indoor game at times there in the first half, Coach. 5 goals, 3-2 Tropics, and really, we talked about kind of the excitement in the stands and the buzz in the community, and those first 45 minutes kind of lived up to expectations and then some.
Yeah, I think there were some big moments on the field for the players on the field and for the spectators. A fun first half, a lot of goals, a lot of opportunities. And so there's a lot to connect to for both the player and the fan, and the fan to the player. So that was fantastic. Great start to the home campaign.
Let's talk a little strategy. If you're in the locker room for Lakeland and you're Owen Conlon, what's your message, and what are you talking to them about here for the final 45 minutes?
I think probably the first thing I'd say is, hey, there's a lot of time to play soccer left, and we're playing the defending champs here. And so, fantastic job of getting the monkey off the back, producing some goals. But I think they quickly let you know that they're not just going to go away. When you have a senior and prolific goal scorer and Carlos Arroyo there, I think tucking away 2 goals, he single-handedly said, hey, there is a lot of soccer to play. And so tactically, I think the Tropics don't need to take their foot off the pedal, though. They need to continue to take the opportunities going forward, but definitely need to minimize some mistakes in the middle third of the field. It seems there's going to be a big midfield battle here. That's going to be a key to this second half,
yep.
and who can really get control of the game. I think both teams showed that they have some threats, on the counter. So
yeah, and we were just talking about that off the air at halftime about that midfield battle, and really who can control and create those opportunities out of the midfield will really be probably the team that walks out of Bryant Stadium with a win here tonight. So just underway here in the second half as Valerio clears it, and again, not exactly what he's looking for, I don't think.
Just trying to get that ball out of trouble.
Yeah.
Good service there from the Villages, and I think Chase Obius there brought that ball down and used the goalkeeper, but probably a good choice. That's probably that clearance that, in that first half, he laid out to an outside back a few times and put the Tropics in trouble. So that's probably something Coach Collins said, hey, let's get that out of there and not try to force any type of build out if we don't have to, or especially when we're being pressured. So
you're just tuning in. The goal scorers for Lakeland in the first half: Ramsey Torre, Ricardo Diegues, and Victor Rojas. Torre on a shot from some distance that was just beautifully struck and beautifully placed. Diegues, and then Rojas following a Diegues shot that Village's goalkeeper Tim McGlynn could not handle, and Rojas was able to bang in the rebound. That gave Lakeland a 3-1 lead. Here's a chance again for the Villages in the box, and taken away by the Tropics. Good control there, good under control takeaway, and a possession now for Lakeland. Good long ball. McGlynn keeping an eye on things, but the Tropics will still control. Fed in towards Diegues, and there's a shot that'll go wide. But nice counterattack by the Tropics there. They didn't look to just clear the zone that time. Good possession, created a nice opportunity at the other end.
That was a great run out of that attacking midfield role from Juan. Just seeing them run right down the middle. I think Ivo Diaz got that ball through. So
Juan Tejada is making his debut for the Tropics tonight. Did not play in that game in Miami a week and a half ago. Well, one of these teams hoping to walk out with their first win of the season. Here's a tackle and a foul. And this will be a dangerous restart opportunity here for the Villages.
I believe taking a quick kick there.
All right, never mind.
And Valerio, just saved a should have been gold there.
I think we were all just kind of waiting around to see exactly. Whoops. Yeah, that is Wesley Pereira, who's down and injured. Yeah, that was a quick opportunity there. That about the only guy in the stadium, I think, that knew exactly what was going on was Valerio.
Yeah, that was a veteran play there. He was still switched on there. Villages took a quick kick there, and well within their rights to do so. And
then it's a winner.
Tropics dodged a bullet there.
And a dangerous spot on the field, obviously. And that was well done by Valerio. So.
See what happened here with the
player.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. It was kind of away from the play almost. So I'm not sure exactly what happened to Pereira either. But they will take a look.
Hopefully he's okay for the
like
Villages there.
And he's going to try and walk it off a little bit, but
big captains played a big role for them tonight. So
the Tropics would like to thank Bone Clinic, PA, and Haynes Marketing Group for providing tonight's magnet schedule.
So the Tropics will get the throw in here.
A little confusion there on the throw in.
Yeah,
not sure.
Either that or they just did the kind of give it over to the other side after the tough. Yeah, I'm not sure either, but the Villages will control it in the Lakeland end here.
Good opportunity here right away. Wow.
And the Villages have come out with a little spring in their step, to be sure. They have definitely had the better of the play here for the opening 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I think kind of the same thing as the first half. These first 10, 15 minutes are going to be huge for both teams. If the Villages obviously can equalize, we're back to square one, and I think the Tropics are definitely going to need to weather that storm and maybe look to, counter out of that and then let the game calm down here. So
yeah, kind of a role reversal from the first half when the Villages was kind of on their heels and letting things play out. The Tropics may have to do the same here early in the second half. Takeaway for Lakeland, and then no foul there.
Caught his leg there, but hey.
Well, there's been a lot of hard challenges and tackles in this game, and the referee has let most of them go. So he's been fairly consistent in that regard, to his credit.
Agree. I think we're seeing a rivalry here developing tonight here, which is great.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this has been a tough.
Just an hour up the road.
Right. This has been a tough match, no question about it. Both
big Carlos on the ball again. Again, Mendez playing that entry ball to him. Big target in there and good run. So it's pretty clear what the Villages intend to do here in this second half.
And they will get a throw in, though. All the action for the first 5 or 6 minutes has been in the Lakeland end of the field. Arroyo trying
down by Calvajo there to stay with that runner and have a big play.
Villegas feeds it on the left wing, but Tropics couldn't come away as Danilo Diaz helped to break up that play for the Buffalo.
Yeah, just led Preyes a little too much there from Villegas.
Yeah, not more than a half a step maybe, or a full step at most.
Just maybe gets it right to him. Something might be created there. So, good opportunity.
Carreras, and there's a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, the referee, I think, is probably going to be a little bit quicker to call these fouls here, knowing the tension of the game as the second half starts. So, already some tough challenges. He's going to have to get it under control. If this crowd gets behind that, who knows where that goes. So,
Villegas with a word or two in as well. No yellow cards yet tonight, and there certainly has been an opportunity or two perhaps to pull one. Here's Pereira with it on the left side. Pereira's trying to dance through the Village's defense, but taken away.
Good defense from the captain coming over.
And cleared, and the wayward kick will mean a throw-in for the Tropics.
Make sure to stop by the Tropics merchandise stand to pick up your exclusive
Good opportunity for the Tropics to manage the game there.
Known as the official kick
ball out of
provider
bounds.
of your Lakeland
They
Tropics.
need to slow the game down whenever they can.
Yeah, good point. Here's Tobias with it. Auburndale High School product. Not a big guy, only goes about 5'7". But kind of what the PDL is all about. Giving a guy from Auburndale High School a chance to perform before 3,000 or 4,000 fans in his hometown or near his hometown. It's a counter for the Tropics.
Vanderloot on the wing there. Using that speed to get down the flank.
Yep, create a corner.
Good
opportunity.
Yep.
We are proud to partner with this
Looks like the
organization.
Tropics have settled things down here for the
Visit our
last couple of
website
minutes.
today at
Pointed out exactly what they wanted to do.
Services we offer.
That's going to be key for them. The time that they can stop and slow down, they need to manage the game well. Corner kick obviously is a great opportunity. You can see the players walking in and getting in position. So see if they can get on the end of this and give the fans something to cheer about again.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those games. The next goal could be the big one. There's a cross and misses everyone, and it'll be a goal kick for the Villages.
Yeah, Rojas has had a couple crosses tonight. Just kind of have soared everybody. So
it's still very windy. We never did get the big storms that are hitting over on I-75 and over in like Pinellas and Pasco counties, but the wind has not died down, which for the fans is probably a good thing, but for perhaps the players, when you're trying to do a long ball like that, it is not the easiest chore. Pereiras will play it ahead, and it's intercepted by Yago Lopez of the Buffalo.
A little disconnected there. I think Ricardo Dieguez was looking to go behind, and Victor had the entry ball underneath. So just a little miscommunication there between the forwards.
Here's the ball to Pereiras again. Looks for Hovius and let it go through to Ricardo Dieguez, but he can't catch up to it. Yeah.
Good opportunity there. That ball could have just
just another step or
two players there. Good opportunity there. Hovius continued his run down the middle there, and if Dieguez could have got on that, I think he could have slipped that over for a good opportunity. So good play here in the beginning.
But nice to see the Tropics kind of settled and now creating some opportunities where they really were on their heels for the first 5 or 6 minutes of the half.
Yeah, I think to be expected there. You got the champs knowing they need a goal. So
well, it's only going to get a little more hectic and a little more frenetic as we move into the 57th minute here. Hovius up in the midfield area now.
From Chase.
Yeah.
Tropics doing a good job of keeping the play in the middle third of the field, and
hey fans, be sure to stick around after the post-game autograph session at the field. Immediately following tonight's game, the autograph session will begin approximately 5 minutes after the game on the field
as well as
in the 3 sideline corner
so
by the
goal
cool
kick
zone.
For the Buffalo.
We obviously know Victor Pereiras has a right foot on him, and I think that's one of his bread and butters there is to get that ball isolated out wide, and
wasn't a bad idea at all.
Get to his right foot, just maybe mishit that, and sometimes the turf does some funny things to these players. So
yeah, and that's a very good point. I don't think we've even mentioned that we do play on AstroTurf here, artificial surface at Bryant Stadium, which is now in Miami they actually also played on artificial turf. So, but can change up the dynamic a little bit, and how the ball bounces and how fast it can be.
Yeah, it just gets there a little faster and doesn't quite bounce when you expect it, and so it is a variable in the game. So he's played pretty well tonight though for both teams.
Pereiras with it one-on-one will feed it back out, and the Villages will intercept and try and counter here.
A little bit of a miscue there from Victor. Not sure what he was looking to do on that entry pass.
Foul against the Tropics, so free kick coming up from
going to have a word here. I see our first.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, you're right.
That's Luca taking the first yellow card.
Luca Weichers. As we said, there's been opportunities to pull it before now, but I think you're probably right. As we wind down here in the final 20 or 30 minutes, and the intensity ticks up even more than it's been, it may not be the only one we see tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a good call from the referee. Just letting the players know, hey, I'm letting you play, but we're going to be under control. And sometimes some consecutive fouls, pulling that yellow card out. Maybe not the hardest challenge there, but that's a message more than a call, I think, to the player. So it's good job by the referee.
Shot knocked out of there by the Tropics. Cleared and controlled now by the Buffalo again, out of the midfield circle. This is Diaz with it, and he has taken away. Counter chance for the Tropics here. They would love to get the first goal of the half and give themselves a little breathing room again. There's a shot, a goal! And a beauty!
There's Rojas.
Victor Rojas bends one into the far corner, top shelf, and the Tropics have their 2-goal lead back again. What a great strike by Victor Rojas.
Goal number 4 for the Lakeland Tropics, scored by Victor Rojas.
Such a dangerous left foot there from Victor. I think both the wingers for the Tropics are out wide.
McGlynn did all he could to get to it, and it was just no chance. And a big moment for the Tropics as they take a 4-2 lead.
I think this is definitely one of those moments in the game where the leaders on the Tropics are going to start to evolve and help calm the team. They got that 2-goal lead again, and so the next few minutes are going to be big here. Just to let's burn some time. Let's let the clock tick and create some possession and limit the time on the ball for the Villages.
Because every goal the Tropics had, once they got that 2-goal lead in the first half, the Villages had almost an immediate answer. So you're right, that's a very good point. That you want to survive these next 5 or 6 minutes and make sure you just play under control. You don't want to completely lose your aggressiveness, obviously, because that's what's gotten you where you're at. But you don't want to take silly chances.
Just make good decisions.
Yeah, right.
Make good decisions in the right part of the field. So it's going to be key. Good composure there from Jake Vanderloot on that last play under pressure, just to nod it back to Jonathan in goal. You see the Tropics trying to create possession here.
Approaching the 62nd minute now.
Barber Clinic is proud to be the official medical provider of the Lakeland Tropics. Our orthopedics and sports medicine physicians, Dr.
Well, we still have a ways to go, but honestly, win, lose, or draw, I've been very impressed tonight.
Dedicated to keeping the Tropics
see this one coming. Not 4-2 over the defending division champions.
Yeah, the Tropics have a talented roster, Brian. I think it's, you never know how quickly these teams are going to come together in the summer league here in the PDL, and the teams that obviously can get good rhythm together, they seem to prevail here out of the Southeast Division, which we saw the Villages do last year. So this could be a good spark for this young team, a highly talented team. So it's nice to see them on the same page tonight.
Well, and I know in talking to Coach Conlon during the early part of training, he mentioned that was going to be the -- challenge, was just how quickly things come together and how quickly things gel. And as you well know, putting together an expansion team, there's so many variables and unknowns that you just kind of have to learn and adjust as you go. And perhaps people forget that the expectation level maybe shouldn't be quite as high as fans would like it to be sometimes.
Yeah. I think that's I give the fans a lot of credit here. They've come behind this Tropics brand, whether it be inside an arena or out here on the
BD's Mongolian Grill is conveniently located in Lakeside
are
Village.
representing the
Open
Tropics
for
brand
lunch,
together.
dinner,
It's
and
a
happy
great
hour.
club.
Bring
It's a
your
great
ticket stub in
organization that's
anytime next
evolving
week
here.
for
And
10% off
as
your
we can see,
entire
the
order.
community
For more
is really
information,
starting
visit
to get behind it.
GoBongo.com.
That's a fun thing to see. I think
Yeah, it
across
is.
the
Yeah.
PDL, there's some franchises that, they're barely getting fans in the stands, and so to see the stands, a big stadium here and have plenty of people here, it's a great sign for what's evolving here in Lakeland.
Very exciting evening on so many fronts, and of course the most important front is the scoreboard, and it's 4-2 Lakeland. But the Village is trying to perhaps challenge that again, knocked away to the near side, and Pereira's will come back to help out. One of those good veteran kind of plays, and a whistle and a foul.
Yellow card here probably is on the way.
Yep.
Good individual spirit though from Victor Perez. Second he went down, he knew that card was probably coming out.
It was against
As a final reminder, don't forget to join us after tonight's game at Square One Burgers and Bar, located off South Road Avenue for the official team after party. Meet and greet with players while enjoying drink and food specials. For more information, visit squareoneburger.com.
Come the Tropics with another counter and quickly lose it over the sideline, so it'll be a throw-in for the Villages. They trail 4-2. Gotta believe they're a little bit surprised by the score.
Yeah, you can just see there that midfield from the Tropics getting stretched out, and now the Villages are behind.
Yep.
It seems to be some big holes.
Oh, nice through ball. Look out, trouble here. See that one coming.
Yeah, you can see it coming.
Yeah.
Tropics are going to have to do a little bit better at closing that gap.
Tropics would like to give a special thanks to our partner, Extreme Printing, for producing all of tonight's bar clinic
Daniel Mendez running out of back fours.
T-shirt giveaways. Extreme Printing is your
Scramble
source
mode
for
for the
custom printed
Tropics, and the
apparel. For more
Villages are
information,
able to
visit
convert and cut it to 4-3. So once again, the breathing room that Lakeland, I think it's the first time I've called them Florida tonight. I knew that would happen at least once. The breathing room that the Lakeland Tropics were enjoying is pretty much gone away.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to take their foot off the pedal at all. This is going to be a wide open game as we've seen.
It has been right from the start. I mean, I kind of was joking with you, but it has a lot of earmarks of an arena game, to be perfectly frank, which is entertaining, no question. And that's what we talked about, that this team wants to be: entertaining, wants to attack, wants to score goals, and
good for the fans.
Yeah.
Hard attack for the coach,
right. Yeah, I was going to say, the only person that really doesn't like that really is the guy that's trying to implement the philosophy. But corner kick coming up now for the Villages.
We would like to
really
thank the
using their
Legend
speed
Media
and
I was
technical
just going to say,
to stay up to date on local
there's a
news
quick
or
restart for
subscribe,
our post.
visit
Look out!
thelegend.com.
And just cleared out of there, but another corner coming up. Yeah, just all of a sudden, it just seems like the Villages have just asserted themselves, and their skill level have taken it up about 2 notches.
Yeah, they're playing like the champs right now.
Yeah, they are. They are not going to go quietly into this nice Lakeland night.
I got to imagine Coach Collins probably thinking of some changes here. I think we're seeing some tired legs. It's been a wide open game.
Yeah.
Getting into that time frame where maybe we'll see a couple introductions here and maybe help calm this game down for the Tropics.
Well, that's a good point. We're really getting to that time frame. I know in Miami he started subbing in around the 74th, 75th minute, and we're not that far away from that. So, and given the pace of the game and the energy level, both physically and emotionally, I think you're probably right.
I think last few minutes here, the ball's been in the Tropics half of the field, and some tired legs there, a lot of emotion spent here, so I'm pretty sure we'll see a couple introductions.
Approaching the 69th minute here. Valerio with it clear to Diegues, who heads it into the Village's half of the field. Haven't seen a lot of action down there here in the second half, but enough at least for the Tropics to get their 4th goal of the game.
Mendez running at that back four again. That's trouble.
Yeah, a lot of space to give a talented player like Daniel Mendez, but fortunately for the Tropics, that opportunity fizzled. And now here comes the counter. There's a cross, and Rojas could not quite catch up with it.
He saves it there. Good opportunity.
Yeah, good idea.
To get a cross off here.
And it will be a corner instead for the Tropics.
Air conditioning. The Comfort Crossman has been serving Polk County since 1961. Cool Ward's Air Conditioning at 646.
Good break out there from Tejada, getting the ball behind that back four. Just ahead of Rojas there, so good opportunity.
Here's the corner, and Torre tried to reach in there and use his 6'5" frame to his advantage, but couldn't quite get to it.
Yeah, the Village is definitely keeping the tempo high. They definitely sense that Tropics are maybe a step behind, even just quick to get a goal kick in and right back.
Yeah, they
back down here.
Restarted and done that several times quickly now here in the last 10 minutes or so. No substitutions yet, but we anticipate perhaps they may begin shortly. Here's a run into the corner and a nice takeaway for Lakeland, and they will counter now. Space for Rojas. Takedown, no foul. Good time to slow it down here now for Lakeland, and they will get the long ball down to Ricardo Diegues.
Diegues going to look to keep it here.
Yep, will catch up to it and let some of his offensive help come as well. Tejada with it. Tejada feeds it on the right side. Cross into the box a little short. And the Villages will be able to knock it back to their goaltender, Tim McGlynn.
Hey fans, be sure to check out our Kids Zone, courtesy of Lakeland Moonwalk, to take your next event to the next level of fun-filled entertainment. Visit LakelandMoonwalk.com.
In the vicinity.
Victor Rojas with 2 tonight, Ricardo Diegues and Ramsey Torre, the goal scorers for Lakeland. Of course, Rojas and Diegues, 2 of the leading goal scorers for the Florida Tropics of the Major Arena Soccer League this past winter, so their contributions on the game sheet tonight not a surprise. And 2 of the guys that, no question, Lakeland will be counting on all season to provide that offensive punch. Valerio careful here. Good opportunity. Yeah, a little miscommunication perhaps there.
Miscommunication, a little bit of a misheader. Ball just goes wide there. Tropics are okay with that.
Breathe again. So
yeah, there comes that change we're looking for.
We expected that, and that is
Parejas has come off.
And it looks like Keenan
forget,
Rose
folks, to stay cool, visit the
will come into the game, number 7.
Located on the east sideline next to the concession stand.
That guy Ivo Diaz coming off as well.
Alexi Cortez coming in. He was one of your players also this year.
Yeah, local standout here,
yeah.
Florida Southern alum, and part of the Tropics franchise. So some fresh legs there into the middle. No surprising there, and obviously giving Parejas a little bit of a breather there. He's made some big runs here this second half, and get some fresh legs on there from Keenan. A lot of pace in Keenan and hard work. So Coach Conlon looks like he's made some changes to help close the game out.
Keenan, a native of Ireland, played college at Columbia.
Villages also with a change coming on. Looks like number 7 coming on.
That would be Erickson Alves. And Alves, one of their goal scorers in the U.S. Open Cup game.
75th minute, definitely some tactical changes coming on. So we'll see how they play out here in these final minutes.
Driven back into the box and headed out of there by the Tropics. So, but the Villages will continue to press the issue. In the far corner now, challenge, and
Tropics merchandise is available for sale.
Knocked out over
Jerseys,
the end line.
hoodies and tank tops can be found at the Tropics merchandise stand located near the main entrance of the stadium. Get yours today.
You always get a little nervous on these.
Dangerous corner coming up, right? I think we got Tropics fans have to use dangerous every time now.
There it is, and knocked out by Valerio. But right to one of the Villages players. And the Buffalo will control and keep possession here. Another entry pass into the box, and again punched out by Valerio. But the Tropics aren't able to get any possession once Valerio clears it, and the Tropics keeping their, or the Villages rather, keeping their pressure on, and we've got another, Boy, you get enough of these, and sooner or later. Loose in front.
Ball in the middle there.
And kicked out of there by Rokes, who just came into the ballgame.
Don't forget, folks, Echo Suites is the official hotel of the Florida Tropics, and formerly the Crestwood Suites. Echo Suites is conveniently located off of I-4 exit 33.
Definitely
the newly renovated hotel features full kitchens, large flat panel TVs, free hot breakfast, complimentary wireless internet,
probably
a heated outdoor pool, and much more.
In there by
Afford to be classy.
Coach
Echo
Collins
Suites is Lakeland's best value, offering both monthly and weekly rates. Call them at 863-904-2050 or book online at www.echosweets.com.
Tropics will, I believe, get a goal kick here. Or is it going to be a throw-in? I guess it's going to be a throw-in.
Dark down there in the corner.
We noticed a couple of lights out here at Bryant Stadium. They will have to get the City of Lakeland Electric Department over here before the next home game. Chance in front, taken away by the Tropics. But boy, they are just not able to really create any significant kind of a counter possession.
1948.
In this defensive half, for some minutes, they really need to try and get the ball in the middle third, the final third of the field, and get their foot on it, a little bit of control of the game. They can't seem to create much possession right now, and Villages are coming back out on wave after wave. So
another throw-in coming up for the Tropics. Ricardo Diegues, you see, wearing the captain's badge.
All three Tropics coaches up off the bench.
Yeah, you got it. It's like a jockey riding the horse down the final furlong here.
Yeah, just
trying to coax out just enough to get him to the finish line first.
Tropics can hang on here. It'd be a big moment for everybody involved. So, well done, Keenan, to hold that ball on.
Whistling a foul against the.
Just over the end line.
Yeah, I guess it was.
AR's ruled a goal kick over there on the far side.
Thought the Tropics had saved it. I thought Rokes had gotten there in time, but he had not. Forgot to see who won the Preakness today, speaking of horse races.
Can't say I know that either.
Village is on the attack again, and stepping up is Diaz, Vanilla Diaz. Now here's some space. Yeah, it sure is.
They really get a good clearance out. This is definitely a danger zone here for the Tropics.
Yeah, that was Pereira, who had all kinds of space at the top of the box, but Tropics fortunate that he wasn't able to really find who he was looking for as a whistle and a foul.
Basically, it's almost like challenge.
Yeah.
Probably could have gone either way. Good challenge for both.
Go up the stairs to where, see that clicking in like fluorescent orange shirt?
Well, a horse called Cloud Computing won the Preakness today.
There you go.
There is no Triple Crown again in
I'm walking that way anyway, I'll show you.
Didn't see that coming, just like we didn't see a center back named Ramsey Torre hit a volley, right? For the first goal of the Tropics inaugural
absolutely
home campaign.
Upsets all over the sporting world here this afternoon and evening. 80th minute coming up. Tropics have 10 to go if they can find a way to keep the Villages off the board here. And kind of seems like the Tropics have gone into complete survival mode at the moment. They have
definitely just hanging on here, which is not good. They need to try to find a way to take away some of these opportunities, but maybe just gutting it out, right? It's a gutsy defensive effort here. We'll see it out.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just sheer force of will that can get you home. Over the end line, and
we'd like to invite you to join us for the remaining 6 home games right here at Bryant Stadium.
Kick here.
During the soccer season and beyond, we are here to provide
Really
your
impressed
family
with
with the best
speed of the
healthcare
Villages
available.
players.
at this point in the game, absolutely, as quick a pace as it's been. There's a ball into the box, loose, and it's knocked up over the crossbar.
Big opportunity.
Yeah, that was a very good opportunity.
Sigh of relief there for the orange team, I think.
That's as good a chance, actually, as the Villages have had in the last 5 or 10 minutes. They've had a lot of possession and some entry balls and crosses that haven't really resulted in much, but that was a shot from not more than maybe 8 or 10 yards out that went up over the crossbar. Valerio will boot it out to midfield, but again, the Villages with immediate takeaway and possession. Of course, we don't know how much stoppage time we'll get. I probably guess maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And
some stoppages in there, so good guess.
Lopez trying to send it to the other side of the field, but the Tropics will intercept. Long ball down to Dieguez, but won't have an opportunity to corral it. And the Villages will restart from deep in their own territory.
That's a good example, I think, what the Tropics need to do a little better at.
Yeah,
they just got their foot on it. Rojas just gained a possession. He's just played his first outlet pass he saw, and you don't want to live and die with that here. There's still plenty of time. You could create some possession and let the Villages run a little bit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let them expend a little of the energy that they're still showing. Lopez tracks it down. Of course, the counter to that is, if you will, that perhaps once the Villages really starts pressing, and they have been, that perhaps Lakeland could take advantage of that at some point. Dieguez with control of the midfield circle.
Control there.
Yep, and this is what you were talking about, just some possession now. Hovius feeds feeds it into the midfield. There's a long ball down the left side now. Good pass, yeah. Shot in the box, oh, and it just goes wide, far post. Best opportunity Lakeland has had in the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Make sure you're here next Saturday night.
Next to the Villages quickly getting the ball back in play. Tropics players walking back. That's not a good sign there. Maybe we'll see a few more changes here. Looks like Diegas and Rojas just not able to get back. That's something to pay attention to.
And again, that's a kind of a double-edged sword because they're two of your best offensive players, certainly, but now as we approach the 84th minute, it's more about defense and control. Knocked over the end line, throw in coming up here for the Villages.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see another change here. Saw the coach motion down. I get some fresh legs on there.
This is Pereira with it.
11 players dropped so deep in the half there. So. Oh, he turned the corner, kept it in. Oh wow, good defense.
Yep. Larry on the near post.
Fan announcement, folks. Amber Francisco, please go to the merchant sales desk to claim your ID. It has been found and it will be at the merchant sales desk. While you're there, please make sure you pick up all your great Tropics gear.
There's some space and an opportunity now for Lakeland. Through ball to Tejada, but never really had much of a chance to get it, and I think that's another player whose gas needle is just about on E.
Yeah, a lot of miles on those legs. That's a tired leg pass to a tired player trying to make a run, and we'll probably see some fresh legs come in for those guys.
Long
Coach
ball.
Collin already taking Preyes off, so probably will be a Rojas in a change.
Down to just a little less than 5 minutes of regulation time to go. And as we said, of course, we'll get some stoppage time in there as well. Will 4 be enough for the Lakeland Tropics? We'll see. Whistle and a foul, and this is going to be a dangerous restart.
Next week's game, folks, that's May the 27th. We are going to be against the Palm Beach Suns. The Palm Beach Suns kickoff is at 7:45. We'll see you there, right here at Bryant Stadium.
This is just outside just a little bit outside the top of the box. A little difficult to see the box here at Bryant Stadium. This is, you would imagine, a multi-use facility, so not only do you have the football lines down, but you've got, I think it's lacrosse lines. And soccer lines, of course. But this is going to be
very dangerous opportunity here. You got DeMelo stepping over with the left foot.
Just going to say, lots of options here.
Yeah.
You got a bottle caps?
Valerio probably going to need a big save here. Two quality shooters going over the ball here, so a lot of fingers crossed for the Tropics fans. Been a new player come on for the Villages there, number 19.
That would be, I don't have a 19 on the roster, so I couldn't tell you who it would be. Not the first person I don't have on the roster tonight, but that is DeMelo closest to the ball right now for the Buffalo. And I think Tejada is coming out as well.
Jonathan Jimenez coming into the game. Yeah, what we thought. Tejada, a lot of miles on those legs tonight. Fantastic game, his first game for the Tropics.
Jimenez will immediately join the wall. Here's DeMelo. And ultimately, it just dribbles through to Valerio. So ended up being not as dangerous as you might have expected.
Yeah, Valerio plays that outlet ball again. Maybe that was the time to step his team up and just be away with it. So Villages are right back on it.
Yeah.
A little too much pressure there from the Villages to lay a ball out like that at this point in the game. So
coming up on the 89th minute. Lakeland nursing this 1-goal lead. It was 3-2 at intermission. The Tropics 3 different times have led by 2 goals, 2-0, 3-1, and 4-2. And every time they built it to a 2-goal advantage, the Villages came right back. But they have not been able so far to get the equalizer. They have clearly had much better of the play here in the second half.
Again, that entry ball to Carlos Arroyo, definitely a key for this Villages team. And that is very evident what they're looking to do. They play from Villegas there to push it out wide to Jimenez with some fresh legs.
And Jimenez will play it back. A little possession ball now, as you mentioned. Just to try and slow things down a little bit, create a little space and just a chance to reorganize and take a little pressure off. And that is something that the Tropics have had a lot on them here in the final 20 or 30 minutes, and McGlynn will play it up now to Diaz. So
we are minutes left here, right?
Yeah, I was going to say we're basically into stoppage time now, although I haven't heard an official announcement as to how much stoppage time we are looking at. Again, I can't imagine it would probably be more than 3 or 4 minutes. So can the Tropics hang on, win their first ever game in the Premier Development League, a whistle and a foul? Tropics can't believe it.
Yellow card there to Jimenez. Referee didn't like that tackle, but
did not.
Because Jimenez's argument is the ball sitting right here.
Ricardo,
dangerous opportunity here again.
This is a little bit farther out than the last one, but
time, folks. 2 minutes of extra
stoppage time, so not quite as much as even we thought. So maybe this might be the Village's last really good opportunity. We'll see. They will send everybody down low here, basically. Here's the pass on the left wing, shot, and Valerio was, I don't know if he got a hand on it or it was just a little bit over the crossbar. Valiant attempt by Valerio, and if he got a finger on it, good for him.
Tremendous.
Yeah, he must not have got a hand because
for more information, visit squareoneburgers.com.
Maybe a final sub coming on for the Tropics.
Gary's got to talk to. All right, thanks, Bob.
The autograph session will be beginning straight after this game, folks, about 5 minutes after we get done. Please do enter through the east sideline corner, through the east sideline corner, head to the south of the field, and you will see your players right there.
Maybe a couple of players coming on, we'll see.
I think they'll exhaust their substitutions.
Yeah, right?
Looks like 2 are coming on here.
Yeah, it does.
It looks like it might be Tevin Gage.
Could be, yeah.
Victor Rojas coming out.
Gage saw action in the final 15 minutes in that game in Miami, I know.
2 forwards coming off there, Villegas and Rojas.
Big night for those two. Victor Rojas with a pair, Villegas with a goal. Rojas' second of the night would stand as the game winner, and it was really probably the prettiest goal of the night. Just a perfectly placed shot to the far post. Valerio with a long clear. Jimenez with a challenge, but the Villages will get one more opportunity, or maybe not. Again, a challenge out at the midfield area. Now a counter opportunity and a good defensive play.
defense. Tropics need to take their time here.
Yeah.
Finally got the ball into deep in the Villages half here. Yeah, you
can't be much time left, that's for sure.
Probably see them go to a corner here, try to kill off some time.
And that's exactly what they do. Coach knows what he's talking about. Big collision, and no harm, no foul. Villages will apparently get one last chance. If not heard a whistle, despite just 2 minutes of stoppage time.
This will probably be it here.
Yeah, this will be it, is right. One way or the other. So the Tropics could gain possession. They could probably run it out. There's a ball long into the Villages zone. It's about the longest 2 minutes I can remember.
Yeah, a missed touch there.
There's a
Kevin
steal.
Gage has jumped on it.
Gage with an opportunity, and it's knocked away.
That looks like a corner, though. Looks like it came off that.
Yeah, it certainly should have been.
Should be a Tropics corner.
No, they're going to call it a goal kick, and they're going to keep playing. Had to be more than 2 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah,
we're well past the 2 minute mark here. Yeah.
Fans begging for the
ref. Right.
There it is.
And there it is. The Lakeland Tropics come home winners in their first ever game here at Bryant Stadium before a large and enthusiastic crowd. The Tropics win it 4-3. Be a lot of happy and exhausted players in that locker room tonight, but Coach, you know what it's like to win a home opener with an expansion team. You guys did it against San Diego in exciting fashion back in November at the Lakeland Center, and the sister franchise, the outdoor Lakeland Tropics, do the exact same against a very good team in the defending division champion Villages SC. This is a nice win.
Yeah, that's a big effort from the Lakeland Tropics there. Just a completely different team than what we saw last week in Miami, but some standout performances. Obviously, you got some veteran players, key players. I'd say for both teams probably did their role tonight, and the Tropics just came out on top there. So great opening night here at Bryant Stadium, and fun night for the fans.
Yeah, fun night for everybody. The players, the fans, maybe not the broadcasters as much, but it was one to remember. It'll be honestly, I did not see it coming. You go back to that Miami game, and it was just a completely different team here tonight. And as you mentioned, the chance now to train for a whole week and a half without having to worry about games, without worrying about strategy and that kind of thing, just to learn each other, to be more cohesive, and it just we mentioned during the broadcast that teams often between that first and second game will show improvement that you won't necessarily see in the rest of the season, and boy, Lakeland just had that tonight. Did a nice job on the counter, and until they kind of ran a little bit out of gas there in maybe the final 15 or 20 minutes, kept the pressure up, and I think really played the kind of game that Owen Conlon wanted them to play.
Yeah, I think so. We saw a wide open game tonight. Wow, 7 goals, and I think both coaches tactically there at the end of the game did a great job. And Coach De Silva made some changes that needed to get that tying goal, and I think Coach Conlon made some changes that held on to that victory and gave them still another opportunity on a couple of those late counters there to maybe sneak a 5th goal. But hey, just enough, and there you go. Look at that. It's a great view from the team coming together, and that's a definition of tonight there.
Yeah, that's the fun part. A lot of hard work, and it's nice to be able to see that hard work pay off in a 4-3 win. So Lakeland moves to 1-1, gets the 3 points here tonight. Then the Villages, somewhat surprisingly perhaps, fall to 0-2 to start their PDL season. So if you like what you saw tonight, come on out next Saturday night here at Bryant Stadium. The Weston FC team is next on the schedule. That is an away game Wednesday. But the Palm Beach Suns FC, will be here at Bryant Stadium next Saturday night. So if you don't have plans for the Memorial Day weekend, at least on Saturday night, head out here to Bryant Stadium. That's a 7:35 kickoff. The Tropics and the Palm Beach Suns. The final, once again, from Bryant Stadium tonight, the Lakeland Tropics 4 and the Villages SC 3. Have a great night, everybody.